What's going on, my trainer club? Today we're going to check out Mesprit, Uxie, and Azelf. Are they going to be worth your time, and what is going to be the strategy for rating for them in Pokemon Go? So welcome to the trainer club. Here we go. Welcome back, everybody. Let me know in the comments below, are you guys excited about the Lake Trio coming to Pokemon Go in their shiny forms in a couple days? I am very excited about this, but before we get to this place, I want to make sure that you guys know exactly what the strategy is going to be behind rating for these Pokemon. Are they going to be good as meta raid attackers? Are they going to hit anywhere as far as PvP Pokemon? And what is going to be the best strategy for these Pokemon? And obviously, you guys, this is going to be the first time shiny debut, so if you want to see all of the shinies, please check them out over here. If you guys do need help rating for these Pokemon, check the Discord in the pinned comments below. You guys hear me talk about it a lot. If you want exclusive raid rooms and you want to raid a little bit harder, you can check out the Patreon, which is also in the pinned comments below. So beyond that, the Lake Guardian Trio is gonna come out on October 14th, which is Tuesday at 10 a.m. and that's gonna go all the way until Friday, October 1st at 10 a.m. local time, which then will be the next month, which is crazy to even think about already. But then, guess what? We have new raid bosses. Everything's gonna start switching up from there on out. There's gonna be 3 raid hours for these. You have the 15th, the 22nd, and the 29th. I cannot wait to do global raid hours because now it's not gonna be the same Pokemon in the Discord when I'm going to be doing it in Europe as well as Asia. Oh man, that's gonna be so exciting. So let's check out the regions before we start breaking down everything you need to know. Uxie is gonna be the Asia Pacific region. Mesprit is gonna be Europe, Middle East, Africa, and Asia. And then finally, we have Azelf, which is gonna be in the Americas, North and South, the entire continents, as well as Greenland. So that's everything you have to know. With all that said, let's jump right in to see where these Pokemon do sit. Now remember, all of them are gonna be pure psychic type Pokemon, and they have a little bit different strengths. So Azelf is going to be a pure attacker type Pokemon of the 3, maxing out at 3629 with an attack value of 270. Mesprit is going to be the even keel of them all with 3457 as the max one, attack and defense at a 212, and a stamina at 190. And then Uxie is going to be the more defensive one, 2853 maxed out with a defense of 270. So this one, obviously we can see the CP value around that 2500 mark, so that could be a good indicator for the Ultra League for this Pokemon. So with all that said, let's check out where they do sit. DPS times TDO stacking up as meta attackers. Are they going to be worthwhile? But just remember, guys, they're pure psychic. What are they going to be competing with? You guys already know. Mewtwo. Mewtwo is incredibly amazing, dominates Shadow and eventual Mega forms. So if you do want to check out Mewtwo Best of the Best, you can check it out up here, see where it sits up. But now let's check it out for these Pokemon. Where do they sit? How good are they? Are they worth anything for an attacker purpose? Starting off, as always, we want to honor the top of the top. Mega Mewtwo Y, Confusion and Side Strike, 18,299. Then Mega Mewtwo X at 16,000. Then we have Shadow Mewtwo at 10,859. And then next we have Shadow Metagross and Mewtwo regular form, Confusion and Side Strike at 5,994. So with that said, the entire first page is all Megas and Shadows. No surprise here, they're dominant. Miami, man. Everybody's about their loud cars or motorcycles. So if you guys do want to pause here and see the second page, you can see Mega Gardevoir, Mega Gallade, and other Pokemon here. But onto the third page, we're actually going to see Azelf, Confusion and Future Sight at 15,804, not 15,000, 1,584 there, which is going to be below Espeon and Latios. Regular Alakazam that does have Psychic, which is a legacy move, at 1916. So the highest of the 3 as far as meta attackers is going to be the Azelf at about 1,600. So compared to the Mewtwo at 6,000, which is not that hard to commandeer at this point with that Side Strike moveset because it's been out so many times, I don't think it's worth to power up another legendary that already has a massively superior regular legendary that does eventually have, at some point, a Mega. And then next, if we go on to many more pages down, we have Mesprit, Confusion, and Future Sight at 921. And if we really keep going, stretch it out, we have Uxie, Confusion, and Future Sight at 359. My goodness gracious, 359 I feel like is like one Confusion hit from a Mega Mewtwo for the entire life cycle of what a Uxie would be, which is mind-blowing. It actually might even be stronger than that. So obviously, as a meta raid attacker, these Pokemon are not relevant in the least bit. So now, let's move on to the Go Battle League and see where these Pokemon do stack up. So Azelf in the Great League is gonna be 680. In the Ultra League, it's gonna be 486. And in the Master League, it's gonna be 359. So none of them are even breaking the top 200 let alone that top 100 that we really look for when recommending to use one of these Pokemon. And then as far as Mesprit, in the Great League it's gonna be 649, in the Ultra League it's gonna be 440, and in the Master League it's gonna be 289. So another Pokemon that's barely breaking the 300 mark in the best placing for it. Not only that, I wanna make sure that it's known that there is other leagues in here like Ultra League Classic and Master League Classic that don't use XL candy. However, they're only slightly better or slightly worse in some of those leagues, so definitely check out PV Poke there if you want to see the entire gambit of what these Pokemon are at. Which then is going to lead us into Uxie, one of the only promising things left right now for this Lake Guardian trio to see what it's going to be. So let's check out Uxie. Uxie is going to be 317 in the Great League, so that's the best by far what we've seen in the Great League. And then in the Ultra League, the best ranking for it is going to be 171. It cannot be in the Classic, it has to be that. Confusion, Future Sight, and Thunder is going to be the recommended moveset. And then in the Master League, it's going to be ranked 277. So if you do want to use Uxie in the Ultra League, 46.5 is going to be the level at a 112.15 at the 100% IVs, which is going to mean you're going to have to trade it with great friends, and then it's going to be expensive. So is it going to be worth to put it in a 171 rank for all the resources and everything that's going to take? I don't think so personally. So what is going to be the recommendation for these Pokemon? Honestly, they are just trophies. They are rare. They're gonna be shinies, right? They do spawn in the wild, but very infrequently, like more infrequently than unknowns. And now they have shinies. So what's the goal, guys? Of this Mesprit, Uxie, and Azelf, it is going to be get these shiny forms. I know the conclusion is simple, but I wanna make sure that you guys understand why we make these conclusions instead of me just telling you and moving on, you're just like, well, I don't get why. Well, there's the reason why. It doesn't quite stack up as a meta rate attacker. And as far as PvP, it's not tanky enough with a good enough moveset to be able to compete with other Pokemon in those leagues. So, Lake Trio, collector's items, get your shinies, one of each. After that, you may consider quitting, or if you want a couple of them, guys, they are gonna be leveraged, especially Uxie, which is going to be a rare one. So, thank you guys for tuning in, likers, commenters, subscribers, Patreon members. Everybody takes your support, subscription, and participate. Do next level. I'm gonna see you guys out on the next video. Peace. I want to take this time to thank everybody who supports me in every facet. It means the world to me, and an extra special thank you to all my Patreons. I greatly appreciate the extra support to continue to allow me to pursue Pokemon Go full time, allowing me to create my daily video uploads in the most timely fashion for everyone's benefit. Plus, I get the amazing experience of sharing my creative processes behind the scenes and raiding all around the globe with select upper tiers. Thank you everybody for being a part of the Trainer Club. You all mean the absolute world to me, and I will see you guys out on the next video.